Welcome to another session in Microsoft Access Databases with Mr. TJ Zenda here, and today we are looking at calculated fields in query design using Microsoft Access. Okay, so this calculated field, it performs some type of arithmetic on one or more fields in a database to come up with a completely new field. Okay, so here is the structure of the calculated field on how we are going to apply this function, the calculated field. Okay, we are just performing some mathematical operations in our query design. Okay, so what we are going to do here is to add the fields which are already existing in our database table. Okay, so this is the example. So we have added these fields, and these are the fields which are existing in our database. Okay, so after that, then in the next field, then you add, please insert the equal sign, right? When you insert the equal sign, then apply the formula that you want to apply to these fields. Okay, so in this case, we are multiplying this value, right? This field times 10%. Okay, so after that, you will see that there is a default value for this markup here. In most cases, it is expr1, so you need to change that expr1 to the proper field name that you are dealing with. Okay, so it's temporary calculated field named markup. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. So let me show you some steps that you need to know. So this is what we have said. Please enter an equal sign in a new field, in an unused field, unused column. Then after that, enter the formula using field names exactly as they are in database. Please do not change the spellings of those field names. Then after that, press enter. Replace the text before the colon, that is your expr1, with your calculated field name. So this is what we want to look at. So let's open our database. Right, here is our database. I'm going to double click on our table just to start the trend of data there. So I'm going to add the shift amount and the number of shifts and the name. Okay, the first name. So let me close this. Then let me go to create query design. I'm going to double click on this table, so it's now active in our query. Okay, so we said we need the first name there, first name followed by the number of shifts, right, followed by the shift amount. Okay, the shift amount, right? So these are the three existing fields that we have added to our query. So we want to start doing our calculations in the next field. Okay, so what did we say? The first thing is to enter the equal sign. So here is my equal sign. So what I want us to do here is to come up with the total amount. All right, because per each shift a certain amount was given. Okay, so now I'm going to say the shifts as they are. I'm not going to change the spelling, right? Then times the shift amount. Okay, I did not change as it is. Then I can press anywhere in my query there. Can you see some information were added there, right? All my field names were inserted inside a rectangular bracket. Okay, then remember what we said. Please change. We have to change the name of this character just before the colon, but let me just run before changing so that you can see. So this is what we are getting under expr1, which we need to change. Okay, so that we have a proper name for this field. Okay, so let's go back to design view. So I'm going to click here so as to change the name. So I'm going to say total amount. So this field will be regarded as the total amount field. Okay, then I can run again. So you can actually see that now we have total amount field. It's now regarded as the total amount field. At least it's now meaningful as compared to the previous name, expr1. Okay, so we have applied the calculated field in that new column. Okay, so this is what you can do. Let's go back to design view. Let's do some few applications again. Maybe we want to calculate the VAT for the total amount. Okay, so we are going to say equal sign, right? It's 15%, right, then times the total amount. Okay, so these are the formulas that I'm applying. Then if I press anywhere, can you see that the EXPR1 is still coming, right? If I run, so this is what I'm going to see. This is what I'm going to see, right? So this is the VAT for each and every amount, total amount which was given for the number of shifts which we attended. So let's go and rename this field. So we are removing EXPR1 and we say VAT is the VAT amount. Okay, so it's the VAT amount. Let's run again. So it is now a meaningful name for this field. Okay, let's go back to design view. Right, so this is how you are going to apply your calculated field. This is how you are going to perform your calculations using your query design. Okay, so but if you maybe want to change, maybe in your data the format of data is not properly given, what you can do is you can right click on that field like this, and then you go to properties, right, and then you go to format. Maybe you want it to be in 2 decimal places, then you can play around. If you want it to be in currents, then you can play around. You put currents and you put the proper currents for that particular field. So you do the right click, then you go to properties, then you go to format. Okay, if you want the number of decimal places, you can also do some adjustments to the decimal places. If you want to do the input mask, the description, you can do a lot of things when you right click on that given field name. Okay, so this is what you can actually do if you want to make adjustment to that field. You simply go there to that field, right, you do the right click, right, you select it and then do the right click, then you go to properties. Okay, so this is how you can apply your calculated field in query design. Okay, let me know if you have any comments, any suggestions. Please let me know in our comment section. See you in the next session.